Donny Gilbert here, talking about reefer tender rejection rates. Similar to yesterday, we're looking at dry vans, but today we're going to look at reefer tender rejection rates. I brought a similar map that has both outbound tender volumes along with the reefer tender rejection rates throughout the month of July. We see here, this is our 4th of July, where tender volumes dropped down. About on the 10th, it came back up, but as we see, reefer tender rejection rates have fallen down all the way from the 10th of July down to the 22nd. We were at around about 18%, and we've dropped down to 10.06% for the reefer tender rejection rates. A lot better than the 3.86% we saw yesterday for dry vans, but still, we don't want to see the declines. In terms of your shipper, this is actually good for shippers because showing that the spot market rates have come down, so shippers are paying a little bit better of a price. But for carriers, it puts them in a bind. So let's kind of switch over now and look at our national map of the markets. We start east of the Mississippi, and it's a pretty grim outlook for east of the Mississippi. You see a lot of these markets that are in white. The markets that are in white are less than 8% for tender rejection rates. In the Northeast, we have Allentown, PA, has about an 8% tender rejection rate, and that's the highest market in the Northeast. The rest of them can be anywhere from 2 to 4%. Moving down to kind of the Southeast, 13–14% tender rejection rates in Columbia, South Carolina, and the markets that are in Virginia. The rest of the Southeast has tender rejection rates that are well below the 7%. So we've seen the produce volumes drop off in the Southeast, and produce season is kind of winding up just the way as it started. The volumes that started out in Florida and picked up through the season are now winding out, starting down in Florida. And as we move up through the month of July, the volumes in produce are dropping. You know, produce season is really year-round. You can always grow produce in all the states, but right now the peak season is what's kind of winding up. Moving over to the Midwest, we still have our area where a lot of poultry is produced. So here are strong markets. You got Memphis, Tennessee, around 38%. Moving over up into here, around 20–21% throughout the Midwest, Iowa and Nebraska. Salt Lake City and up into the Washington area. These are strong tender rejection rates, running 25 to 35%. Over to the West Coast, it's still pretty light again. You got a lot of markets with rates that are less than 7%. Fresno, California is your hot spot on the West Coast, around 9% in Fresno.